Today we're going to look at noise pollution, dog barking, and how this, like other dog ownership habits, is making us stupid. So, first off, as most people know, dog barking complaints are quite common. They're often ranking among the highest types of complaints received by local authorities. Many neighbors experience issues with barking, leading to disputes and the need for resolution. So dog barking is not a minor thing at all, and it creates a lot of noise. I'm going to play Captain Obvious here a little bit, but yes, according to the sources, according to the law, and many other, it's obvious, it's common sense, but dog barking is considered noise pollution. And notice this little part right here: disrupts the peace and comfort of neighbors. Yeah. So dogs make a lot of noise. Dog barking complaints are very, very common, and it is considered noise pollution. So let's look at what we know about noise pollution. And real quick, for people out there that are experiencing dog barking and they feel guilty, they don't want to interact with their neighbors and they think that they should just get a fan or earplugs. Well, noise is actually affecting your immune system. So your immune system can hear noise. So if you go into any of these studies and type in some things like the T lymphocytes or other immunoactive substances, like I'm highlighting right here, you will find out that noises trigger your immune system. And yes, it activates the immune system, but it's like a false alarm and it causes stress. There's quite a bit of information out there about your immune system basically being averse to all this noise. Like this one from Harvard Health. Why does noise upset you? So if you're being bothered by dog barking, that doesn't mean you're a dog hater, guys. That means your human immune system and brain has not been jacked up by this dog worship that our society is currently experiencing. And if dog owners call you stupid for hating all that dog barking, well, there's a lot of evidence that being averse to constant noise is actually, it means that there's something good going on with your brain. So have a look at that article. I'll put it in the description. But let's go back to looking at noise pollution, what we know about it. So noise pollution basically makes you stupid, lowers their IQ, impairs cognitive functions including attention and memory, contributes to lower IQ levels in individuals. Studies have shown that excessive noise, especially in urban environments, can hinder children's learning and development. So again, this dog culture, this is child abuse, child neglect. All of these poor outcomes in the schools, and we're exposing kids to more and more noise, even when they're inside of their mother developing, having all those dogs bark in the house. It's terrible, and so it's not good. So now let's go look at a study about noise pollution. This one's called The Impact of Classical Counterconditioning. So in this one, they discovered that the kennel environment for dogs causes a whole lot of stress on the dogs. They say right here, barking is a major source of noise pollution. It negatively impacts the welfare of anyone within earshot, especially the dogs themselves. So, hey, it's like I said, dogs cause noise pollution. And interestingly enough, we can find more studies that people will admit this when dogs are being injured, but they admit it less when humans are being injured. But I just keyword searched this for stress to show you guys some stuff that's going on in here. It's a long study. You can read it yourself or just keyword search it. But as you can see, they're talking about stress from the dog barking. Stress and anxiety, all of the stuff that is happening. And if you notice this thing right here, mucosal IgA, that indicates the immune response. The more they have to tolerate this barking, the more that their immune system is producing mucus, the brain waves in their body are getting hacked, and it's not just lowering their IQ, it's just stressing them all over the place. So anyways, that's a quick look at this study right here. So next up, we're looking at another study. Guys, you can literally find 10,000 studies that confirm what this study talks about, but this one is called The Effect of Noise Exposure on Cognitive Performance and Brain Activity. So I keyword search this one for fluctuations because I want to show you something else that's happening when you're exposing yourself to this dog barking. So in here they talk about the fluctuations of your brain waves. So this noise that you're exposed to causes fluctuation in your brain waves. So let's go look at that. Okay, so you have all these different brain waves, you see? Alpha waves, beta waves. And when they're disrupted, look at some of the stuff that can happen. ADHD, daydreaming, depression, poor cognition. Alpha waves, anxiety, stress, insomnia, OCD. Theta waves. Look what happens. You can become highly suggestible when your theta waves are messed with. So when you turn your brain off because of this extra noise, this can also make you highly suggestible. You know, hey, dog barking is just what they do. Just because you have a headache and stuff, that's not the dog's fault. So you can become highly suggestible when you have these brainwaves being messed with. And look at what happens when they get imbalanced. Anxiety, poor emotional awareness. The same thing with basically all of your brainwaves. When they're getting messed with, it's screwing with you. You're going to have learning problems with too much, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's just like this study says with the fluctuation keyword search that I did here. Constantly listening to noise messes with your brain. They can prove this, and they have proven this. Obviously, they're not going to link it to dog ownership as much as they should. They're not going to tell us all that. But let's keyword search our study about noise, and stress is a big part of it. You see, it causes impairment and oxidative stress in the brain. So as you sit there listening to all that noise, the dog barking, well, these are the things that are happening to you. Memory defects, you know, all the stress related stuff, all the downstream things that your body produces that indicate stress, like the mucosal and the other things that I showed you guys in the keyword search. Yeah, stress. The temporal lobe, all these different lobes that are producing the alpha rhythms that are getting disrupted in your brain. Yeah, there is no way in hell that dog barking is even close to healthy. And we have all the science and knowledge to prove that noise pollution makes us dumb, stresses us, triggers our immune system. And so the presence of dogs is simply unhealthy because of this. And like this study here that I showed you guys, our society has already admitted this through and through when it comes to worrying about dogs. Well, it's time we start thinking about humans, don't you guys think? And now, remember, guys, the dog owners and the dog culture, they're going to say, well, that's the noise from like cars and airplanes and trucks. Well, guys, people are constantly using their cars and trucks to drive dogs around, peeling out, revving their engine. Dogs are above our head right now in jet airplanes. Did you guys know that? Many of the electric use that happens in your house, it's because people want to keep their AC and their heat on all day. So all the noise from industry that people are going to say is worse than dogs, a good portion of that is just being used to service dogs anyways. You know, just like all the dogs that come from other states in vans and trucks and airplanes and trains. Those things make noise too, and those things are full of humans that are worshiping dogs. So there we have it. Another look at dog culture and how it has a negative effect on our overall health and is contributing to low IQ, stressed immune systems, and so many other things. See you guys later.